Welcome back, everybody, to the Daily Show where we discuss and do technical analysis for big mega cap stocks. So, show your support by hitting that thumbs up button, and that is greatly appreciated. And if you're new here, consider subscribing, and that means a lot to me. Now, if you want to get my daily trade ideas, my swing trade ideas, my analysis in 3 days of live trading, definitely check out the Patreon, and that link will be down below in the description. And now let's get right into it, guys. On Meta, it's down 0.46%. Now let me show you guys something. This gap, that's a gap from earnings right here. Massive gap up, right? One here. And I'm not even going to show you guys all the gaps. Look at this one from another earnings right here. This year, massive gap up, right? Now, do you see Meta coming down and closing at least this gap? That would be a significant pullback, a correction on Meta. Well, that's not happening, right? Guess what? We actually got a new 52-week high just recently, 330.54, and that's what, 2 weeks ago? Now we got this new earnings last week. What happened? Look at this trend line. It went under all the way down to 279, and within 2 days, yesterday, Meta was trading up here. That is a crazy, insane move here on Meta within 2 days, guys. From 279, I mean, if you're buying here, I'm sure a lot of people were looking at it and thinking like, maybe I should grab some Meta here, but no, it's a falling knife. I don't want it. I did the same thing. I didn't buy it, right? Within 2 days, this thing came back up to almost 310. Now look at what happened today and yesterday. Rejection from here, right? These moving averages right here on top, and look at this perfect tag to this trend line down here. Exactly 296 to 97, hitting and tagging this trend line right here, and immediately we saw buying. This thing went back up to 302 and now trading above 300. So that is crazy. Now at some point, it's not going to happen this week obviously or next week, but just like Nvidia, Meta gives up this support 276 at some point, and this thing actually stays under 276, I think there is a good chance you're going to see Meta coming all the way down here, at least in next couple of months. There is a huge possibility this thing will come down here. Now, talking about a significant pullback, do you see any significant pullback here? I mean, this thing just from 88 bucks. I mean, look at this chart. Straight up. Not even stairs. Taking elevator up. Straight up from $88. We saw a bit of a pullback here, but nothing big. It was what? Right here. 326 to 276. And then came back up and hitting another new 52-week high. So who's going to close all these gaps and when? That's the question. You can buy Meta, you can do whatever you want to do, but at some point this thing will break 276, this big support right here. And for now, if this thing actually breaks below 296, that's going to trigger more sell-off here on Meta down to 290, and then watch out for 276. So the point I'm making here, that just like Nvidia, we saw it today. What happened on Nvidia? At some point, you're going to see Meta down here, guys. So if you're going long, definitely you got to be careful buying Meta close to 300. Yes, this thing can go up another 30 bucks, maybe even 100, but look at the downside. It's huge. I mean, imagine if this thing actually gets down to 200 right here, or 214. That's what, almost $90. And how much upside do you have? 30 to 40 bucks max. So Meta here, definitely. And then we actually never had that big correction on Meta. So at some point, it's going to happen. you're going to get, a big pullback on Meta. And whenever that happens, this thing will be down here to close this gap, at least 214 right here. So going into tomorrow, you need to watch 300 as a support, and to the upside, now we also have resistance at 303.90, 305, and then 312. To the downside, below 300, watch out right here around 297 to 296, and soon as that gives up, 290 and then 276. On Microsoft, it's up 0.24%, and it's kind of weird how Microsoft actually not able to break 339 and just coming down and holding above 5-day moving average right here, 334. So going into tomorrow, if we are bullish on Microsoft, it needs to break 339, and only if that happens, you're going to see a move up to 345 to 346 and possibly up to even 351. Now to the downside, below 339, watch out for the support down here, 334.76, 332, 330, 327, and then watch out for a move all the way down here to 320. So this is what I call total manipulation in this market. Now Apple is up 0.28%, but guess what? It was down over 1% this morning. It was gapping down. I think there was some downgrades here on Apple, and this thing actually came down. But look at what happened. With that downgrade, somebody loaded up their boat right here on Apple at 167, and this thing came back up and now trading above 170 again, up on the day again for the second day, 0.28%. This is what they do, especially with retail traders and investors. Now, I would buy this dip absolutely today, but I'm not touching it because of earnings coming on Thursday night. So Apple here, guys, going into tomorrow, 170 will be a key level to watch as a support, and only if that holds, we could see a run up on Apple all the way up to 173 tomorrow. Now below 170, then watch out for 167 to 166 down here, and that is a strong support. And I showed you guys that gap down here. We could be filling this gap at some point here on Apple, but not when Apple stock is trading above 170. If this thing breaks below 166, 167 down here, then watch out for a move down here to 158.49. Until then, with earnings, if they beat, guess what? This thing definitely can move higher. And in that case, 170 will hold. You're going to see a move up to 173. And soon as that breaks, watch out for a move up to 175 and then 177 on Apple. On Amazon, it's up 0.29%, and look at this move here on Amazon. Again, it was holding right here 132. We went slightly under 132 and then came back up, and looks like this Bollinger Band on top will allow the stock to move higher. So early as tomorrow, we do have FOMC meeting tomorrow. And if it's bullish, something coming out positive, watch out for this gap to get filled on Amazon, 135.20. And above this gap, watch out for a move up to 138. Now on a pullback, this is going to be your key level right here, 132. And soon as that gives up, 130, 128.40, and then 126. On Google, stock is down 0.36%, and Google did absolutely nothing today, and now holding 5-day moving average right here as a support, 125. Now we do have unfinished business down here on Google, all these gaps, and guess what? Tomorrow, 125 cannot hold, and this thing comes down here, 123, and also breaks below 123. You're going to see more downside on Google, down to this gap, 121.30, and then we also have 2 more gaps, at least for now, at 118.23, 113.51. Now I'm not saying that tomorrow that's going to happen, but there is a possibility Google can come down here, 121.30. Now to the upside, 125, 5-day moving average right here can hold. Then watch out, slowly but surely this thing can move up to 130. On Tesla stock, it's up 1.76%. Now, is this a dead cat bounce on Tesla, or this is it? We got a bottom. I think we will find out this week. So going into tomorrow, guys, so far it's holding 200 today. So if that holds tomorrow, watch out for a move up to this 5-day moving average right here, close to 205. And if that breaks right here, watch out for 212 right here, right on top. And this is going to be a key level to break here on Tesla. Above 212, this thing can run up to daily 200 SMA, and that is sitting at 214. And above 200 SMA, definitely you're going to see a significant bounce on Tesla to the upside. Until then, the trend is down on Tesla. And I repeated same thing over and over. If you're buying something like Tesla right now, you cannot flip it the next day. I mean, yes, you can if you're just day trading and buying this falling knife right here. And if you did that today, yes, you got lucky, you made a little bit of money, but knowing that, you know, Tesla, it's on a downtrend, you got to have some patience. So 200 will be a key level tomorrow. Now, if that gives up, look at this lower Bollinger Band down here at 185. And we also have a weekly support at around 186. So that's going to be the next level below 200 because this Bollinger Band is coming down. And that means one thing, this could be a dead cat bounce unless we get a bigger bounce on Tesla. And this thing actually breaks above 212 and then 214. On Netflix, it's up 0.39%. And look at this one here. Yesterday closing at 410. Today opening at 409. And what I said last night, watch out for the support 406. And what happened today? Getting slightly under 406. And then we saw that support holding, coming back up. So that is a $6 move. If you caught this dip today here on Netflix, look at this. Now trading at 412, holding 406. So going into tomorrow, same thing, guys. 406 needs to hold. If not, watch out for 400. To the upside, above 406, just like it did right here. And I called it right here, 418 possible. The next stop, above 406, definitely 418. And then maybe even more upside up to 430. And possibly in next few weeks, this thing can come up here at 450. Depending on how the market is actually working out, if we're going to see a big bounce in this market. And we do have FOMC tomorrow, so that's going to be a factor in this market. You know, we can go up, or tomorrow we could see a new low here in this market, and that can play out here on a stock like Netflix. So far it's bullish, it's holding the support, and the dips are getting bought up here on Netflix. Only thing we need to see now, breaking above 418. And if that happens, guess what? Easily, you could see a move up to 430 and then even 450. On AMD, it was up on the day 2.41%. It was actually trading above 200 SMA here on this daily chart. And now it's below that level, selling off after hour with earnings. And looks like Q4 outlook actually not that great. And that's why this thing is selling off. I think I don't have the whole thing here in front of me, but I think they beat on earnings, but outlook just killed everything here on AMD. So tomorrow, guys, it's really hard to predict where things will open. Looks like it's trading right here around 95. A lot of volume traded right here. So this is gonna be your key level to watch on AMD 95. If that gives up, definitely it's going to come down here to $89. Bottom of this flag, and also this is a big level of support on AMD. Above 95, watch out for 98 and then possibly 100 to 102 on AMD, but I don't think that's going to happen 100 tomorrow. So watch out for possibly 98 tomorrow. And if this thing can actually stay here at 95, then watch out for 95 as a support. If not, it's coming down here to $89.